Hey guys, it's btaylortv and I am back with a voiceover video. I wanted to do a quick commentary about Don Lemon being fired from CNN. As many of you know, I am a journalist, so this is very impactful in my world. And I just want to read this CNN article and pull it up and what my theories are about his recent firing. Now, Don Lemon has been the face of CNN for about 17 years now. A lot of people love how he is at their New Year's party, their New Year's Eve end of the year party, and how they drink. And CNN has been making a lot of changes. Now they have a whole new policy about no one drinking, because things got a little hectic and crazy, but that's what made it fun. That's what made people tune in and watch, because it was just so unpredictable. And a lot of things did pass. A lot of things were said on the news where it was like, what? Is he really saying that?
Yes.
No more broke dick, okay?
No more what?
No more broke dick. No more penis from a man that has no money.
Did you say broke dick?
Yeah. Oh. But it's always good. That's the problem.
I'm a bad person to date. I'm not selfish. I'm not selfish. I'll give you my last, but I'm very self-centered. Yeah. I'm not going to be as self-centered.
You're going to be less self-centered in 2017.
Yeah, but I don't really do resolutions, and I live my life to the fullest. I don't care what people think about me. I do what I want because it's my life. You know what I'm saying? Don't put me in a box.
You are still totally flirting with this tattoo thing, aren't you?
I am.
So yeah, Don Lemon was terminated on Monday, and this just goes to show that no job is loyal to you. No corporation is loyal to you. You are somebody to be replaced no matter how big you get in a company. If it's not your company, you can be replaced. I remember a long time ago, I was told by my mentor that family is so much more important than a job. And you know why? Because when you die, your family will always remember you. Your family know that you can never be replaced, but your job and your position will be posted on the website the next day. They'll probably send a couple of flowers and they'll move right along. Okay. So a lot of changes is happening in the media world. So CNN published this article, and this came after allegations. His firing came after allegations that he mistreated his female coworkers over his career. And earlier this year, he faced backlash about his comments that he made on air when he talked about a woman not being in her prime at 51 years old. I'm going to get into that, but I just want to read this comment that Don Lemon said. I am stunned. After 17 years at CNN, I would have thought someone in management would have had the decency to tell me directly. But CNN, rebutted back and said, no, we gave him, that's inaccurate, and that the network offered a chance to meet with management, with management, but instead released the statement on Twitter. So there's a lot of egos being, I'm pretty sure his ego is very hurt, especially being so dedicated to a job for that long, only to be let go in the manner that he describes it to be, right? But I want to get into his Manosphere talking points, and how they're trying to spin this and call him a sexist. Many people associate CNN as liberal, right? They're like, oh, that's a liberal station. No, they just have people on with more progressive thoughts. Okay, so he came under fire first in February during a segment on CNN This Morning, in which he remarked that Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley, who's 51, was no longer in her quote unquote prime.
People, politicians or something are not in their prime. Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry.
when a woman is considered to be in her prime in her 20s and 30s and maybe 40s.
What are you
That's not
talking? Wait.
That's not according to me.
Prime
so
for what?
It depends. I mean, it's just like prime. If you look it up, if you Google when is a woman in her prime, it'll say 20s, 30s, and 40s. I don't necessarily.
40s. Oh, I got another
I'm not saying
decade.
I agree with that. So I think she has to be careful about saying that politicians aren't in their prime.
We need to qualify. Are you talking about prime for like childbearing, or are you talking about prime for being president?
What the facts are. Google it. Everybody at home. When is a woman in her prime? It says 20s, 30s, and 40s. And I'm just saying Nikki Haley should be careful about saying that politicians are not in their prime, and they need to be in their prime when they serve people.
That comment was made while discussing suggestions by Haley that candidates over the age of 75 should be subject to mental competency exams. Why I want to call him Lennon, it's Lemon. Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry, Lemon said. When a woman is considered to be in her prime, in her 20s, 30s, maybe her 40s. When pushed by coworker Poppy Harlow, Lemon told her to not shoot the messenger. Now, who is this messenger? And who is this messenger that, and I actually want to look that up. A woman's prime. Let's see what comes up on Google, because a lot of these Manosphere talking points says that, actually, in some, I think this is episodes, news, events, most Americans agree that a woman is considered to be in her prime, in her 20s, 30s, and maybe 40s. However, differences exist by gender age. Men, 72%, are more likely than women, 62%, to say that they agree that women are in their prime from their 20s to 40s. Now, the Manosphere talking points have told us, women, that our prime, I'm pretty sure if 18 was not illegal, under 18, they would probably say from like 15 to 25 is a woman's prime with some of these Manosphere talking points. But you don't want to sound like you don't want to sound like anything inappropriate. So you say 18 to 27. Or when a woman is getting close to her 30s, she is no longer in her prime, which is really not the case, but that's what they want to say. And it depends what the definition of prime is. Prime in her career, prime of motherhood, prime of her beauty, prime of what, So I think that he bought these talking points, these Manosphere talking points, and it was catching up to him, and it was deemed as inappropriate, and they had to take action. And I think that some reporters, what I find, and some personalities, is that sometimes they get too comfortable, okay? There's a lot of egos in news. There's a lot of people with big egos when they get promoted to a big title. They start thinking that they're untouchable. I'm not saying this is the case with Donna Lemon, but I'm going to say from what I can see being in this world, that there's a lot of people who just have a lot of big egos and they really, really get ahead of themselves. And I just am a firm believer. You should be nice to everyone, whether you're the manager, whether you're the desk person, security, the janitor. You should be nice to anyone you come across, and you should not talk to your coworkers any type of way. It's inappropriate.
With due respect, I find your explanation reductive and actually insulting, including to black Americans, to say that black people today, compared to 1964, 1865, haven't made progress in part because of the freedoms we secured. And the Second Amendment was part of what secured
hang on,
that
please.
freedom.
I cannot keep a thought if you guys are talking to me in my ear. So hang on one second. So to say that black people, say what you said again.
Black people secured their freedoms after the Civil War. It is a historical fact, Don. Just study it. Only after their Second Amendment rights were secured.
They
That's
were
a
not
fact.
secured their freedoms after the Civil War. That is not, you are discounting Reconstruction. You're discounting a whole host of things that happened after the Civil War when it comes to African Americans, including the whole reason that the Civil Rights Movement happened is because black people did not secure their freedoms after the Civil War, and that things turned around. People tried to change the freedoms that were supposed to happen.
And you know how they got it?
War
They got their Second Amendment rights, and they actually got the NRA played a big role in that. But today, Don, the NRA
did not play a big role in
that trained black Americans how to use firearms.
That's a lie. That's not. The NRA did not play a big role in
This is just historical fact.
It's not historical fact.
The part that I
just
find...
because you say it's historical fact.
The part that I find insulting is when you say today black Americans don't have those rights after we have gone through civil rights revolution in this country.
You are sitting here telling an African American about the rights and what you find insulting about the way I live, the skin I live in every day.
Here's where you and I have
the
a different point of view.
Black and white that black people don't have in this country, and that black people do have.
Well, here's where you and I have a different point of view. I think we should be able to express our views regardless of the color of our skin. We should have this debate
I'm not saying you
without me regarding you as a black man,
insulting that
but
you're
me regarding you
here,
as a fellow citizen.
That you're
That's what I
sitting
think
here,
we should say.
whatever ethnicity you are, explaining to me
whatever ethnicity
about
I'm,
what it's like to be black.
Whatever
in America.
ethnicity I am, I'll tell you what I am. I'm an Indian American. I'm proud of it. But I think we should have this debate. Black, white doesn't matter.
I think we should have this
on
debate.
The content of the ideas.
If you're going to do it, you should do it in an honest way and in a fair way. And what you're doing is not an honest and fair way. Okay? We appreciate you coming on.
With due respect, Don, I look forward to continuing that conversation.
We'll
Thank
continue
you.
the conversation.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you, Papa.
We'll talk about China.
Yes, let's talk about China.
Next time you come back.
Oh, thank you. Much to say on declaring independence from China.
Okay,
something you
can
can
we
add
move on now, please?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts below. Do you think that the Manosphere talking points got Lemon fired? Because they're really angling his firing towards how his history of and his behavior towards women has been very questionable. And his behavior towards women is not acceptable in the bigger platform and world. They're not dealing with that. They're not dealing with toxic masculinity in such a big commercialized platform, okay? So I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about this firing? What do you think about how they handled it? What do you think about what he said? I mean, what is a woman's prime to you? Is a woman in her prime in her 20s, 30s, 40s? I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts below about that. And so far as Carlson Tucker, because I actually really like Carlson Tucker. I really enjoyed his past interviews with the Pussycat Dolls, one of the members of the Pussycat Dolls, or when he gave Kanye a platform. I really kind of appreciate that, giving a voice to people who are being silenced in the entertainment industry. And I think that I'm just being a little conspiracist here, little conspiracy. This is not factual, but I don't know if that was the sole reason why the lawsuit outcome between Fox and I think it's called the Domino or Dominant or whatever it's called. I can't even pronounce it right now, but I wonder if that's really the case, or was it just an excuse to kind of get rid of him because he was stepping on some toes in the big industry, okay? I don't know. If you want me to do a video about Carlson Tucker, let me know. But what are your thoughts about your job? What are your thoughts about Don Lemon, Carlson Tucker? Like, what are your thoughts about these major changes and about corporations and how they go about being fired? Because look, one thing that I do know, when they're ready to get rid of you, they don't care how much money you have put in their pocket. They don't care how big of a personality you are. When they're ready to get rid of you, they will get rid of you. All right, guys, thanks for watching and have a good one. Bye.